If Mojo was not released at all, I would have bought a CBR 250, the 2015 edition in complete red. So yeah guys, let's get started with the review of CBR 250R. Right now my friend Robert is on my bike and he'll be doing a vlog on it, and that's his brother Nishant. So despite being really busy in his work life, he was happy enough to be a part of this. I was on a ride to Lepakshi, so while we were coming back it really rained and my riding jacket and gloves have gone wet. So that's why I'll be doing this with bare hands, so please don't mind on that. So let's get started. The ergonomics of this bike is very nice. The only issue that I find with this bike when compared to Mojo is that the low end torque on the bike is not that good, right? Honda is known for the mid range and the top end. So as you saw over there, post 5500 rpm or 6000 rpm, so the bike gets really comfortable and it tries to go over a particular speed or a higher speed, and it gives you that confidence that you can go faster and shift gears quickly. So there are a lot of things which I love in this bike and I have considered it. The first thing is the brakes. They are fantastic. So the feedback is immediate, as you can see over here. See this? So you saw that, right? This bike is a ABS version, which is really good. So when you go at a higher speed and when you don't use the rear brakes at all and completely jam on the front brakes, it is just like Mojo. But this has the safety net of ABS and it makes sure to stop very slowly like it did with the 650F CBR. Even there in that bike as well, when I was doing around 170 km/h and jammed on the front brakes, it does not shake or anything. The bike is always composed and gives you the complete control of what you want to do with the bike. So as you saw over there, if you keep the bike at around 6000 rpm or 7000 rpm and give an immediate rev, the bike easily rolls on with immediate power. But if you are anywhere around 4000 rpm or 3000 rpm and if you want to give a rev, it takes some time for the bike to understand that you have given complete throttle and it wants to go fast, right? So that is what proves that the low end torque is very less and the in-gear acceleration takes its time to come forward. So that is one place where Mojo certainly rocks, because the low end torque and the mid-range torque on Mojo is epic. So the bike will push you to around 120, 130 in no time, and then because of wind blast, you will have to crouch down. But in CBR, the high-end top speed is certainly better, but it would stay behind Mojo for a longer amount of time, and given a longer stretch of road, keep up with Mojo and they'll be side by side. There is no vibration whatsoever. The foot pegs are really nice. So even CBR does 0 to 100 in what? Around 9.5 or 9.6 seconds, which is around 0.5 seconds more than Mojo. So that's the only difference there. But when we are cruising it around 120 km/h, 130 km/h together, both the bikes are really comfortable. See, the clip-ons are not very low and they are making sure to keep you upright. see, my hands are totally free. I don't have any pain on my wrist or anything. They are not totally committed. So as I was saying, the ergonomics of this bike is making sure to keep you upright and you're not crouching down all the time. The seat space is enough. Even when you crouch down, you have enough support over there, which makes sure even when you crouch down, you have enough room for you to wiggle around. The tank is sculpted in a very nice way so that you can grip your knees over here. So it makes the riding very comfortable and beautiful, right? So me and my friend have done more than 600, 700, 800 kilometers per day. And in both the cases, neither me nor he was tired or anything. And we had kept the bike at around 130, 120 kilometers per hour all the time. And the engine is beautiful on this. So it doesn't vibrate. It doesn't give you a lot of buzz or anything. The headlights on this is amazing. Both the low beam and the high beam on the CBR is really good. But still my friend wanted some extra lights. So that's why he has got these additions on. So on the front, he still has Contigo tires and he has covered close to 20,000 kilometers. But on the rear, since he has ripped the bike around very nicely in the recent past, he has now gone to Pirelli Sport Demons, and trust me, the road grip is really good on these, and that is one of the best decisions that he has made. So I guess this is what, 14 liters tank? 13. So he has got a 13 liters tank over here, and it gives a mileage of close to 24 to 28, right? So if you rip this bike around, you will get a mileage of around 23, similar to that of Mojo. The only thing is the tank looks bigger, but it's a smaller tank inside. Both these bikes have the same characteristics. The thing is, it has better low end torque. This has better high end power. So in the higher range of around 8,000 to 10,000 RPM, this bike really does better than Mojo is what I want to tell you there. Comfort wise, as I told you, that is upright. This is a little, you have to crouch a little down, but still you are fairly upright on this. So in the next segment, let me talk about the suspension. I've told you about the brakes already. They are fantastic on this. I showed you also as to how the ABS works on this. The other differences between Mojo and CBR would be the suspension setup on Mojo is set for total comfort, right? So the upside down forks and the monoshock in the rear is really helping you out there. And on this, the suspension is on the firmer side on the rear, while it's a little soft on Mojo. On the front, the suspension feels the same, but that takes the road much more nicely in a very nice manner and keeps you from strain. This I'll ride someday for a longer time and I'll let you know how this actually feels. Since people have done 1,00,000 kilometers, 50,000 kilometers and all on this bike and they have not complained about it, I would believe that the suspension is great on this bike. Next, the next thing would be the heating on the bike. In the past, when I was doing a test ride and when I rode CBR in city for a longer time at lower speeds, I could feel the heat coming from here, and I could feel that, you know, my legs were getting heated up, which is not the case in Mojo. The heat management on Mojo is much better than on CBR, so that's one good thing. The third thing would be, as I said, Mojo has a 21 liter tank with a range of what, close to 550-560 kilometers, while on this you can expect anywhere around 350 to 300 kilometers is what I believe. And Mojo certainly has got Pirellis on it as stock, so that gives a superior road grip. And even though the front brake is soft, the braking capacity on Mojo is really good, while the rear brake is sharp, as I've complained a lot of times in most of the reviews. The rear brakes on this is soft and it makes sure you are safe, and you have a ABS as well, so you can rely on that. So if you are buying a CBR, I would suggest you go for a ABS version itself, because that's really good when it comes to Honda, right? They have worked their magic with their ABS, and when you are doing very high speeds, because of the windshield and the fairing, it certainly aids you to go faster, and it certainly is stable. I'm not saying that my bike is not stable at all. Both of them do very good. This being a little underpowered than Mojo, it keeps up with Mojo on the highway even at higher speeds, is what I want to say there. So these two bikes are almost similar, with each one of them having their own advantages, and they are really the best in their segment, I'll tell you that. Both are awesome for touring. So right now, as you can see over here, both of them look like a bigger cc capacity motorcycles for sure. Mine has a taller stance, a beefier stance, while CBR will give you the sportier stance, and it looks beautiful, I'll tell you. I wish over the years this bike was certainly upgraded with a lot of tech and more power like they are doing with the KTMs, and this bike would have been a hit even now. But since the arrival of Mojo and Dominar now, this bike has got a serious hit, is what I've heard from a lot of people. Yeah, so now to speak about the clutch, everyone knows that Honda CBR has the lightest clutch, you know. You can operate it with one finger, as you can see over here. It is that smooth and soft. It's really nice. And the gear shifts as well, they are very, very smooth. So this again has a 6-speed gearbox. And so when you put it into 6th gear, the cruising capability of this bike is amazing, right? On 6th gear, it is very, very smooth. And I have told you many times that I'm 6 foot tall. And as you can see over here, my legs are comfortably sitting over here, despite this being slightly race set. And they are making sure I am able to grip the tank very nicely. So when you're doing this, right, you can actually take the load off your hands as well when you're tired. And so that makes it for a fantastic ergonomics. The rear suspension is on the firmer side. The front suspension is not too soft, but I feel it's similar to that of Mojo. The bike is not heavy at all, or you don't feel that the bike is heavy when you're on highways or open roads like this. But when you're in city and when you're in heavy traffic, going through traffic will make you feel the weight of the bike here and there, which is again not there in Mojo because of the high range handlebars. So finally, the last thing that I want to talk about is the windshield. They do a fantastic job even when you're sitting upright. There is considerable wind blast at around 125, 130 kilometers per hour. So at that time, when you tuck down, they give you enough wind protection that you can go at a very high speed and you don't have to worry about it, like I'll demonstrate now. So just like the Mojo, this bike goes to 140-145 kilometers per hour in no time, and it stays there with all the stability and everything. The handlebar won't shake, the bike won't shake, there won't be any buzz near the foot pegs, and so it won't be irritating you in any way. The only thing is the engine sound is so sweet that when you tuck down, you really enjoy it. And post 145 kilometers per hour to reach 155-160 kilometers per hour on this bike, it takes some time, just like the Mojo. With this, I want to conclude the comparison between the Honda CBR 250R and my Mahindra Mojo.